Thanks for coming, you guys. But yeah, I was saying, I like when you guys show up live just because it's you showing up for you and you holding yourself accountable and showing up to a live call. And I feel like you just get so much more out of it when you are live and you can feel all the feels. It's a little bit different than watching a recording, but watching a recording is still better than nothing. We have a lot of new people. I know more are gonna join on, but I'd love for everyone to like say hi.
Hi.
Yay. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Okay, so Alexis looks sexy. Who wrote that? Oh, Aiko. You guys are so fun. Okay. Yeah, I apologize for not having like a whole set. This team call we're gonna talk about this, and this team call we're gonna talk about this, and I feel like it has to be, and this is just how I am. I have to be super inspired, and something has to be going on in order to share, and like I have to be experiencing it. Hi, Peyton. I have people like ask me, hi. I have people ask me like, oh, are you gonna do this type of class or that type of class? And I go, honestly, if I'm going through it, I will do a class on that because that is what I'm currently experiencing and I'm currently using the oils. And so it's so much easier for me to put together a class and share that. So as we do these team calls, I can't guarantee they're all going to be the same as far as structure. Can't guarantee that we're going to celebrate every time we have a team call. This one I wanted to do a little bit different. So this call is about tips, advice, really getting into the mindset and the thinking of what does a solid doTERRA business look like? How do I do that? Maybe as we go through this, you guys will come up with a plan of how you really, hi Naomi, how you really wanna solidify your business and whatnot. And so as I came up with this topic, I thought to myself, like, I don't know everything. And like, I just love how everyone is so different who does this business. And I feel like once you're at that silver rank, you kind of know what you're doing and what you're aiming for and areas you want to work on. You're super aware of yourself. You're a little bit more confident and all that kind of thing. And so I thought it would be really cool to have all of the silver leaders and above join in on helping us and giving advice on how to really solidify your business. So I really appreciate silvers here who are willing to share. Everyone is so different and everyone has so many different strengths. And like, I'll tell you, I'm not that great at my retention rate. My retention rate, I think right now is maybe like 69 or 68. And oh, hello, isn't retention rate supposed to be like 65? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. But it's always like, I know I can do better. And so when it comes to something like LRP, I don't want to, I wouldn't say that I'm the strongest there, but I will say that I know some of the silver leaders here are really strong there and I really want to have them share. And so again, I'm super thankful that they're here and they're willing to share. And I'm just going to put up a couple different topics and whoever really wants to share. If you guys have questions on it, please write in the chat and we will get to the, you guys are hilarious. We love Alexis's robe. She got it from Etsy. And so, yeah, I can't even remember what I was gonna say. I'm gonna share my screen. This is what this team is about, fun. Okay, so again, we wanna solidify our businesses. So I wanna ask you guys, what is a solid doTERRA business? I'm gonna let you chat in, or if anyone wants to unmute themselves and be brave. What is a solid doTERRA business? what is the reason why we do doTERRA? Or like, what is that the biggest idea of you want to do doTERRA in network marketing? Because guys, thank you. Thanks, Giselle. Residual income, making income while you sleep. Giselle actually taught me that. She's like, I was like, Giselle, what's residual income again? Because we were in a mentor call. We were in a 3-way mentor call. And I was like, do you know what residual income is? And then Giselle was like, yeah, it's like making income while you sleep. I was like, yes, you're so right. A solid doTERRA business is when you don't have to be like specifically working and like awake and talking to people to start bringing in sales or orders. People, you are doing things and putting things in place in your business for people to set up monthly orders, and people are ordering, or you've done a class and you've sent them the instruction on how to enroll, and they're enrolling while you're sleeping or not. And that is that residual income that's coming in. You're building your pipeline. Remember, we talk about this in a business overview. Do you want to trade hours for dollars, or do you want to build a pipeline? There was a man who was hauling buckets every day, hauling buckets of water from the river to the village, until he figured out, why not, instead of spending my time hauling buckets, take time to build a pipeline. Yes, it takes time, but eventually you're going to have this pipeline. You're going to turn the faucet on and it's going to flow. And that is, you will never have to haul buckets again. Your solid doTERRA business is continuously growing. You're building unilevel because you are doing all different parts of your business, including enrolling new people, finding builders and developing them. They're finding builders and developing them. And all of your customers see the value in doTERRA and the products because you are teaching them how, and they are doing monthly orders. And that is a solid doTERRA business. Okay. Kaili said, being home with your family and providing. Kavehi said, changing your lifestyle and believing in the brand that you incorporate as part of your daily life. You guys are so awesome. I said the more like businessy monetary part, but I love that you guys threw in that part. Okay, anybody else want to throw in a answer on what is a solid doTERRA business? What about what does a solid doTERRA business mean to you? That's a good one. Consistency, progress. Awesome. Anybody else? You guys are good. Financial freedom and time freedom. Learning and growing never ends. Good foundation, continuous growth, and teaching others. Yeah. And so I really wanted to ask that question here because it's like, we're going to talk about how to solidify your business, but then what is solidifying what is a solid doTERRA business? And so I really wanted to identify that before we move into some really great advice and tips on the different parts of a solid doTERRA business and what advice the leaders on this team have for you guys. Okay. Does everyone want a solid doTERRA business? Is this something that you guys want? Is this on your dream board? Yeah, I'm gonna ask you one more question. Why? Why do you want this solid doTERRA business? I love how active you guys are. Why do you want a solid doTERRA business? Why do you want a financial pipeline? Why? What is your why? It doesn't have to be deep. It's just really simple. Just to kind of connect and share. Buying a home for your family, spending more time with your kids, being more present, traveling more, bringing positivity to the world. It can get deep. Raising amazing children who bring positivity to the world, bringing awareness of health to others, changing lives with oils and natural solutions. To provide without worrying. That's a really good one. Love that. Overall end result is, Rianne said, overall end result is changing my life for me and my kids and empowerment of changing others' lives. Kamanu, family and sleep. Aiko, for my family, for myself, because I like spending money. Me too. Mary, not only is it is a cleaner living for me, but it can help us create a family and build my confidence in who I am. I love that, you guys. Back to spending money. I mean, we're not like spending money on just shopping. I love to give gifts. I don't know about you guys. I would love to make enough money to buy a home for my mom. Like that crazy. Family and time flexibility. Kristen's why was rediscovered recently, and it was pretty emotional. Yes, of course, share. Amber said, building a community of like-minded individuals. I love buying gifts. Okay, you guys can keep going. I'm just gonna move on to the next topic because I know that we're gonna start really spending time into each of these topics. Okay, so the first part I would say is what happens after you enroll someone? What happens after that enrollment? What do you need to do for the goal of solidifying my business because of my why? Who wants to talk? Giselle, you're first.
The membership overview, actually did one today. They say enrolling somebody with a kid is the first enrollment, and then getting them an LRP is the second enrollment, and that is what brings residual income.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, what question should I ask after that? What is your, okay, so if you just enrolled someone, what is your next step? I want you guys to really think about that. Is it, I'm gonna schedule a membership overview with that person so I can help them understand their benefits? For me, like how Giselle just wrote, be excited for them. I message them and I say, hey, I saw your enrollment. Congrats. I'm so excited for you to get your oils. Let me know when it comes in the mail because we're going to do a welcome call. And I'm going to explain to you your membership benefits and be there for you to help you celebrate that you got your oils. A lot of us enter, getting your oils and not the group that we're in aren't always on that same path. So it's really important to have that person or like us who's gonna celebrate with them and be like, yeah, you got your oils, I'm so excited for you, right? I send out a welcome email explaining a little bit about who I am, what the membership benefits are, about our uplines, about our Facebook group, that they'll get emails from uplines, that it's just amazing support and they're part of this really great team, and to please take advantage of what they have available to them. And then I send a separate email just so that they're able to search it on what LRP is, because LRP, like Giselle said, is that second enrollment. Wait, you guys, can you say what you just chatted? It's more of a discussion, you guys. Do you want to share? Sure. Or do you want to say it? Aiko?
Oh yeah, sure. So I always reach out with an email of basic info and offer a membership overview or a wellness consult. So I kind of offer it as like, it's kind of like a bonus to their enrollment, not like a chore, like, hey, let's set up a meeting. It's more like, hey, your membership comes with this and support from me. And then I wait for them to use their oils a little bit though. Because if you kind of do it prematurely, I find that you don't really have that great of an outcome. Or I found actually, I tell them kind of wait, use your oils, and then let's go over some stuff. And then I always invite to class if they haven't attended already. A lot of times they come to a class and then they end up enrolling, but yeah, I invite them. I'm going to be honest though, I don't get really good feedback with trying to schedule a membership overview or a wellness consult, whatever you want to call it. But I get huge response with classes, which are fine to me because I have a pretty good retention rate. It's gone up and down, it fluctuates. But I think my main thing is that I'm keeping the door open for them, you know, that line of communication. And that's important, that you aren't just letting them enroll and it kind of just sits there. So after like that initial follow-up, whatever, emails, the electronic, I send them a welcome packet, like you mentioned too. So it comes with like little samples, comes with all the tear sheets from Share Oils, little pouch, stuff like that. Just to make it a little bit more personal.
Awesome. I also send out a new thing that I do. I used to do it, but I had a really hard time keeping up, and now I'm finally starting that again, of like sending out something in the mail just to kind of welcome them with some information on how to use their oils. And then I give like 2 little roller balls with a roller tool, and then a sample of Deep Blue, a sample of On Guard toothpaste, and a Breathe drop and an On Guard drop. And really the goal and the purpose of sending that membership packet, so I'm really thinking about what to go in there that is going to make a difference. Of they're going to know how to use their oils, they're learning how to use their oils, they're going to try samples that weren't in their kit, so that they might not just like buy those products, so that maybe if they like it, they'll start to expand to those products and do their monthly orders. And then the other part is like, I know people are really excited to make rollers, so I'll give them 2 little rollers and then the roller tool, and then all they have to do is make their whatever roller they want. So yeah, just an email to kind of welcome them, a celebration message that let's set up your membership overview call, and then maybe a little welcome packet. Also, it doesn't have to be expensive. So if it's not in your budget, that's okay. Like, you don't have to send a membership packet. I really struggled last year sending out and keeping up with membership packets. So I did my best, just kind of like helping them celebrate and support them with classes and phone calls and whatnot. And if you have a hard time going to the post office, you can ship from your house. Just know that. I got a scale to weigh my packages, and then I ship from PayPal, which is a tip that I learned from Aiko. She does PayPal. Do you mind typing that link in? PayPal ship, and all you need to know is their address that you can get from the doTERRA back office, and the weight of your package. And so I get like all these mailing things in from Amazon that I order and stuff, and then I just put them together and mail them out. So paypal.com/shiplabel. Charity said your upcycled bottles can help keep costs down too and make amazing welcome gifts. Yeah, so you can actually boil these, take the label off, and then if you want to like make a little Melaleuca lavender with water and then put a spray top on it, you can get from Share Oils, and like give them this little Mr. gift, or just give them the empty ones and they can make their own. That's really cool too. Any other silvers? So the silvers on this call, I'm so sorry, I should have made sure I introduced them. I just figured you guys knew them. Aiko, wave, Aiko, silver, and Naomi, and Charity. I can't see all of you, so I hope you're waving. And Giselle and Alexis. Those are all the silvers. Does anyone else want to unmute themselves and add something in about what happens after an enrollment and your best tips on like what to do to keep them engaged and make them feel welcome? I can't see you all. Okay,
Sure.
go ahead.
Sure. Hello. So I also send a welcome email, but I have to say that the emails, I can see who opens my emails if I use something like Constant Contacts or MailChimp. So I will start sending like educational emails. I don't usually send a lot of emails on the promos. Instead, I send more like education on what that oil does and how I personally use it. I feel like when I just pass on the promos, people are not wanting to hear that. They get enough like promo emails. What they like is to hear my personal stories, and that's what makes them actually learn. And then they actually will buy the oil that I'm talking about. Oh, you like my social media? Awesome. Oh, I didn't even mean to post on schedule. Honestly, what I'm usually when I'm posting, it's usually when I either am eating lunch or like trying to put one of the kids to bed, and I'm like laying in bed with them, and because I don't have time. So I just really will post like anything that's happening in my day, and I found that that really works because I can't always do calls with people, and I can't always do classes because I just don't have that type of clientele. I have so many people on the mainland that are friends of mine that just can't make the times, or that all have little kids and they just can't make it work. So instead of doing, oh my God, see, she's like trying to destroy it. Instead of doing classes, I have a lot better time doing text messages. So I need to have a lot of like pictures that I can easily explain stuff with. So I literally just have a favorites. Like I pretty much favorite anything that I'm ready to send. Like I don't even favorite my kids' stuff in my phone, how I organize my phone. A lot of it is like organization. I am very, very organized. And if you know me and you come to my house, I have like a file on everything. I have a file for every single customer that ever enrolled. I have a list, and I'll show you what I do. Sorry. See, this is why I can't do classes. Yes, babe. So this is what I do. I'll just show you because I just showed Ilikia. I show all my builders this. This is kind of crazy, but I literally have every single month has its own folder. Okay. And you don't have to do this, but I just found that this works for me. I have a business degree. So I have a bachelor in science of business, and this is like straight business skills you're going to learn if you ever got a degree in business. It's constantly organization, being able to manage things. Like as soon as it comes in, you need to know a system. What is the system for accountability? Like that is the one thing I can tell you about business. And I've had a lot of upstarts that I started, and I've done a lot of personal assistants and managing of places, and it's always about systems, right? If you don't have a good system, everything you do just goes crazy. So I have a folder on every month. So even if you don't have time to figure it out, stick it in the month, because that's how doTERRA organizes too. They do it by month. So it just makes sense that you stick in like all your new enrollments, all the promos going on, any correspondence. Like I literally print out every single email I have with people that are pending. So if I have someone who's interested in something and I don't have time to deal with it, I print it out and I leave it in that folder. If I have someone who's interested in samples and I get a text like, hey, what about that thing? If I don't have time to deal with it, what I do is I snapshot it and I print it and I stick it in my folder. And then sometime in the month when I've got like an hour, I go through it and I just go through every single paper. And I take notes and I write and I'm like, yes, called back, emailed back this day, and I date it. So I do it like bookkeeping. I don't know if you guys have done bookkeeping, but bookkeeping, it's like you write what like date, process, paid. So I have like stamps, like I'll like stamp it and then put the date, like I've dealt with it, it's done. Okay. That has helped me a lot because why? A lot of times you get something enrolled. That's not the end of it. That's just the beginning, right? All of a sudden you're going to start getting texts nonstop. You're going to get these questions nonstop. Then you're going to have to remember, like, which person did I send samples to? Which person was it that asked for that? Who was it I was supposed to meet on Wednesday? It's not just stuff in your planner. I mean, who has time to go back through their planner to look at like every single name to find out what that girl was that was supposed to whatever to that meeting? So I find it easier to do things in compartments, right? The other thing that I do is I have a separate file, which I know you guys are like, oh my God, I'm not type this. I do this because I have kids that take up everything, and I have a separate, I have to. If I don't do this, it'll never get done, okay? I have another file box with every single person I've ever enrolled. If they're enrolled to me, first thing I do, as soon as I see that enrollment letter, I print it out and I make them a file, and I file it by the order of date. I do not do by name. I do it by date, same thing by month, year. And that way, when I'm going through fast start, this is what really helps me, is fast starts are when you make the most money. So that's why I want to know by date. So what I do is every first week of the month, while everyone's freaking out about promos, right? I go through and I'm like, oh, this person's still on fast start. I pretty much look at the last month. everyone is in the last month or two, I will send them, like, make sure I send them more information, make sure that they know about the promos, make sure that I'm in communication with them, make sure that I've already talked to them. And so I check on those people the last 2 months, like every single month. And that seems to be what helps me get them to order again. Because if I'm not checking in with them again, then within that month, they usually will fall off the radar. That's usually when you lose somebody in their loyalty chance. I feel like if you don't catch them within that 2 to like 6 week period, then they kind of are over it. Or they just, they haven't been educated enough, so they don't end up using their oils enough, and then they're really slow to catch on, right? Okay, so what do I do in this letter? I print out not just what day they ordered, but I print out what they ordered, okay? And the reason I do that is, like, I forget what people enroll with because I got a lot going on, right? So if I'm looking in their file and I'm trying to figure out, like, if I'm looking through a back office and I'm like, hey, this person hasn't ordered in like 4 months, what happened? I go to their file and I'm like, well, what did they enroll with? And I usually have it. Of course, the one file I pull up, I don't have it. But I usually have their first enrollment order so that I can say, oh, they got all the aromatherapy ones, but they have nothing medicinal. I'm sure that if they tried Breathe or Lavender, they're hooked. If they haven't even tried that, like, of course they're not going to use their oils as much, right? So then I'll send them a little packet specifically like of Breathe or Lavender or On Guard or something. I know, like, who doesn't like On Guard and Lavender and Breathe, right? And so that's what I do is like my catch up. I pretty much, that's my strategy. That's my number one strength too, guys, is strategy. What do I do is I don't really focus on the ones that are already buying, and I don't really focus on the ones that are already, you know, are already using loyalty, like, or the ones that are, I know are excited about oils. I really go back every couple months, like every month I go back to the couple months before. And if they didn't buy something, I go find out why. Why didn't this person buy? Whoever's not on loyalty, it's like I hunt them down and I try to connect. Okay. That has helped me a lot. And how do you connect with them? Like, let's say you got somebody who doesn't respond to your emails, right? Which is, I'm one of those people. I hate emails, you guys. Oh my God. I hate emails. So I actually don't respond to a lot of emails. Like, I find them really irritating. Okay. But I also have 3 kids and I've got 3 teachers and I've got 3 schools like sending me shit all day long. So, right. So instead of emails, I usually will send them mail, like direct mail. And I purposely, like, here's a little hint, I purposely send Christmas cards to every single advocate on the team. And I purposely send handwritten, like, letters to people that haven't enrolled in a while, because I know they're going to open it up and be like, oh my God, they wrote me a handwritten letter. Who's this person? Right? And they don't really care what I sent them. They're going to be like, oh my God, send me some email. Because nobody sends you a cute mail anymore. Nobody gives a shit anymore, right? So that's like extra special, right? The other thing that I find really works is the way that you title your emails has a huge difference. So I have constant contacts. I can actually see in my phone, and it's expensive. Like, I don't blame you if you don't want it. What? I don't have anything for you. But I have kept it because I modeled for so long and I was an independent contractor. I had to also market myself in modeling. So I have constant contacts from that. And I could see which people were paying attention to my emails. So I kind of knew who I could play with for jobs. And it's the same thing with oils. Like, who can you get to want to buy more on that promo? Who can you get to, you know, really get excited about that deal, that if you wanted to offer them something special, you know they're going to want it. You can see who's opening up your emails. So I have an app on my phone connected to Constant Contacts. You can see every person that opens your email. I can see how many opens. I click on it. I can actually see the names and the emails of who opened my email. Okay. And then I can see who clicked on it. I can see how many clicks. What did they click on? Okay. So that's when I'm like, oh, this person really, every single time I post this, they always open that part. So I can see, like, what gets the most attention. Yes, MailChimp has it too. MailChimp is free. If you are under 500 contacts, it's free. So I would definitely start with MailChimp. I just happen to have, like, so much from all my other businesses in one that it just made more sense for me to keep this, okay? But that has really helped me because I was able to really know my market and understand my clients by seeing like who opens my emails and then what are they looking at. And if they don't open my emails, you don't even know how to start with MailChimp. It's a lot of work. You don't have to at all, but it just helped me because I really wanted to know, like, how can I boost the most and really know my market. And what I found was anything that was about promos didn't get opened as much unless I titled it in ways that were like personal. Okay, so the title has everything. Also, I noticed I started doing giveaways, and when I do giveaways, there's consistently more people that are reading my emails with giveaways if I have the giveaway in it. Okay, so I was starting to see a pattern. They don't really care about promos because they get promos from doTERRA. If they're on Instagram, they already read a lot of the promos going on from everybody. The ones that really are reading the emails are the ones that want to learn education, and they want to learn my stuff. They want to hear my gory stories. They want to see what am I buying and how do I use it. They like to see this is my favorite. They want to hear the science behind it. They want to see like what is she giving away. And so giveaway tips, I give away stuff because it is expensive, I have to say a little bit. But I give away stuff that is going to make them use their oils. So that's another thing. Like if somebody's not buying, it's probably because they haven't used their oils enough. Because everyone who uses their oils, loves it, falls in love, doesn't stop using it. Like if they're not buying more oils, they don't know how to use it. I am on the phone. Get out of here. Oh, this is why I can't have classes. Seriously. And then the other one's going to come crying too. And you know what Haya's doing right now? She's eating my makeup. But I'm gonna let it go because it's honest. This is why you buy all natural, okay? It's honest makeup. She's sucking my blush like full on right now. Okay. Oh, this is why I cannot do classes. So I have started doing classes. Like, how do you educate people to want to know oils? That's the biggest thing to get on loyalty. That's what I noticed. The ones that buy loyalty, even if I didn't get to do a one-on-one membership, I gave them so much education and I gave them my personal, like, I made them feel like, oh yeah, this is what I do, and they copy me. So anyone who's super educated and anyone who is using their oils will keep buying, okay? Yes, buy all natural makeup because your kids eat it. So the things that I found was with my giveaways, I wasn't just giving away stuff because I saw Isla Love was giving a lot of stuff away. Ashley used to give stuff away, and I liked it, but it didn't make people want to keep using oils. It would make people want that oil. I'm going to buy more oils, but I'm going to buy that oil. But then a lot of times they didn't know how to use it. So I was like, how do I teach people how to use this stuff? If I don't have time to meet with them, if I can't like talk to them because my child's eating all my stuff, right? I'm going to instead make a giveaway where the only way you can win this is you have to read my teaching. You have to read my class. And that seemed to work. I have a lot of people that read my blog, and I can see who clicks on it, and I can see how much people are coming through. I can look on the back end of my website and see who's reading my blog. And I get a lot of submissions for giveaways. And I made it where you have to be on loyalty. You have to be on loyalty in order to win. So there's two ways you can win. You either are a brand new enrollment so that they get excited and they want to like try and learn. I want them to learn. The other way is that they have to be a loyalty buyer. They can buy anything on loyalty, but that's the rule if you want to win the giveaway. And I make the giveaways not oils and not products, but things that force you to use your oils with it. So I give empty spray bottles. I give empty soap dispensers. I give diffuser bracelets. I give things that are like, if I give them the oil, they're not going to buy an oil. If I give them an empty bottle, they're going to have to figure out how to use it. They're going to have to educate themselves how to make that. If I give them the recipe and the whatever, right, the label, like the pretty labels, then they're going to have to buy those oils to use in that recipe, right? Okay, so that's kind of what I do. And I do a lot of crazy things, but yes, give them tools to use their oils. And a lot of times when I gift friends things, I do not give them like a full bottle of oil. I often will give them like a little box of a whole bunch of samples, or I will give them a book like that's going to show them all the things they can do with it. Or I give them like all these really pretty labels, like beautiful labels that they're going to want to make oil stuff with. Because then of course they're like, oh my gosh, I want to use this. It's like gold and da da da. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff I have found that seems to get people to want to learn oils. And what learning oils does is make them want to buy more, right? And when they want to buy more, that's when they're going to be like, am I rich? So I actually buy stuff that is going to only cost me at the most like $7 with shipping. Or I buy stuff I buy stuff like, instead of me buying a whole bunch of stuff that I need in my account, I'll use that money to buy the giveaway stuff, and then I'll cash in points. Okay, so it depends. I'll cash in points for it, or, right? So like some of the things I've given away, those, like I wait till Share Oils has a huge sale. Okay, so like the other day, right, there was spray bottles for like 99 cents. So I just buy like 4 spray bottles for 99 cents. And I buy the labels that are on sale for like 25 cents. And that's what I do, is I bulk buy on all the stuff. So really, I'm only spending like $5 for that set, you know? Okay, that's all I got for you right now. Is that like way too much information?
No,
Any
that was good. Thank you. I felt like you just like gave such a great great advice and like outlook on how you do things, and that really is like kind of what we're going for, even though we'll probably break it up into more topics. But yeah, thank you. Okay, so what happens after enrollment? You guys are good? You got some really good tips? Okay, membership overview versus lifestyle overview. As we were talking about what we want to do after you enroll someone, we were mentioning you want to do a membership overview, or you want to do a lifestyle overview. Do you guys know the difference between the two, and where to find them? Where to find an example of them? I'm glad you guys liked what Naomi shared, and that's Naomi's system. And so that takeaway from there is like, okay, what is your system? How are you going to keep track of everything, and what's going to work for you, right? How are you going to help people really use your oils without spending money and giving oils that they can buy, but how to actually help them use their oils? So I felt like she like gave such good tips there. So after you enroll, you want to set up a membership overview or a lifestyle overview. You guys know what the lifestyle overview is, right? That's the Live Guide. If you are not confident in teaching them or doing this Live Guide with people, practice. For me in my business, what I have done now is I do a membership overview phone call, and that'll be a 30-minute call. And I basically go through something like what Pre-Elite mentions. A lot of you have been trained through Pre-Elite. And in that membership overview call, you're basically seeing if they have any questions or need to review any of the oils that they have in their kits, revisit their #1 health concern, create a wish list of items that can also help with that and support that, and then help them create a plan of action on how they're going to use the oils that they have daily. After that, you're going to explain how to log into their back office, what their membership benefits are. They get 25% off all year long. They can get LRP, and really help them understand what LRP is. And that's one of the main things in that phone call. Do they know what LRP is? Are they going to go on LRP? And if they're not going to go on LRP, that's a reflection of you. So what else do you need to help them see, and what else do you need to help them find value in? How else can you teach them how to use their oils? What else can you suggest to support their health concerns that they've already shared with you? Okay. And then you want to kind of let them know there is a business opportunity, and see if they're interested in that. So always my 2 things that I want to get out of the membership overview is, are they going to join LRP, which also helps you with placing in your team? And then are they interested in doing the business one day? Otherwise, the main goal is to make sure that they know how to use their oils. A lot of times I'll start with, yay, you got your oils, help them celebrate. Did you take them out of the box yet? And a lot of them say no. I'm like, okay, you're gonna take them out of the box and put them where you're gonna use them, because what happens if they don't take them out of the box? They're not gonna use their oils. And so that's one of the first things I say when we jump on that phone call. Awesome. You guys are good with the lifestyle overview. So I do the membership overview call, 30 minutes, and I use that time to really connect with them and, you know, ask more about their life and how many kids they have and where they work and all that kind of thing. And that is probably my favorite call because it's so personal of like, what is your life like? Oh my gosh, you work at Aulani? I have so many customers that work at Aulani for some reason. And I'm like, oh, I have this customer and this customer that also works there. And they're like, yeah, we all work at Auntie's Beach House. I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I getting all these Auntie's Beach House Aulani people? But anyways, so I do that. And then I actually teach the lifestyle overview in a class. So I'll invite people to learn about this in a class, and then I record it, and then I have it in my class archives. Otherwise, doTERRA teaches us to do this with every customer after they enroll. I really struggled with this because I would start taking an hour of their time and I'd be going through all this and I felt like they weren't ready for it. And so I felt like I was really overwhelming, which is why I tweaked the way that I do this, even though I'm making sure that I still give them the membership overview and the lifestyle overview, but just in my way. Okay. Anyone else want to share what they do if they do membership overview, lifestyle overview, how you guys present it, best tips on that? Main thing is you guys know that this is important and this is what you want to do with each customer. Membership overview, lifestyle overview. Lifestyle overview teaches them really the whole wellness pyramid and all the products in every single section of their wellness to make them super healthy, and it'll help them expand to all the other products and why they want to expand to the other products, which also helps with getting them on LRP for your business. Okay. Anybody else?
Hey, Ashley, can I add something?
Yeah.
It's Alexis.
Hi.
I feel like in the beginning I made the mistake of only doing one lifestyle overview or wellness consultation with each person. And then I started to realize that as I was training new builders in my tree organization, that they were still learning things in their second and even their third lifestyle overview. So I was like, okay, well, I think that, you know, in the lifestyle overview, when you take a look at that page, it shows them, you know, you essentially help them put together a 90-day action plan to achieve 1, 2, or maybe even 3 health goals, right? But what happens after that 90 days? And so with a lot of my customers, I actually will go in and follow up in the middle of that 90-day period. And then again, at the end of it, to do another lifestyle overview to really make sure that, one, they've obtained their goals, and 2, if anything has popped up in the meantime, that I'm able to help them refocus and create another action plan for that as well. So that's just a tip for people who are really wanting to focus on the retention piece. I think, you know, I'm starting to learn in this business that really the LRP should be the bulk of your PV for the month. And then as far as like enrollments are really going to shoot you up to that next rank or help you solidify where you don't have that PV from pre-existing LRP. So kind of just what I learned and wanted to share because that might help some people.
Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna hop into the next topic just because of time. If anyone else has anything to add, you can add in the chat. But I would love for Alexis to continue. I was telling you guys, everyone has so many different strengths, and I feel like Alexis is really strong in this one, and she's strong in helping her team understand and how to help them get their customers on LRP. I would love for you to share any of your tips you have on this. And of course, anyone else who wants to share.
Well, that was the first one. Let's see. I don't know. My thing is that my day job, I'm a mentor. I'm like a mentor. As far as like quote unquote holding people accountable, you're supposed to do this, and you know, how come you're not? I don't know. I don't like to have those conversations because it feels like I'm at PacSun and it's like, no, clocked out. I feel like for me, like I really do just have fun with it. Like I like to spend a lot of time really getting to know my customers on a really personal level. And so that's why a lot of the time, like I will have lifestyle overview classes for my builders, but a lot of the times I like to have my lifestyle overviews one-on-one because I'm not afraid to share personal information with people, because I think when I do that, they feel a little bit more comfortable in sharing that information with me. And I think it pulls us into a deeper connection, as to where maybe, you know, a week later or a month later or a couple months later, they find themselves in a predicament or in a really, you know, weird space where they don't want to necessarily share that with someone that they don't know. They feel comfortable reaching out to me. So I think that what I tell my team is that, yes, you know, we have to really master the lifestyle consultation. And I really focus a lot of their 30-day empowered success launch on that. I think out of the 4 weeks, we really talk about it, the 2 out of the 4 weeks. But it's really about just those organic conversations and just treating them like they're your friend, because I think that's the coolest part about everyone on my organization, is that, like, I talk to them, if not every other day, I talk to them every week or every other week. And I think, you know, you just have to keep your mindset that, like, yes, you're helping them use your oils, but you're also building relationships too. Like, you guys have to think about LRP as relationship building. And I think if you want to think from a numbers perspective, the higher your retention rate, the better relationships, or the stronger the relationships you have with your team. You know, I don't know, just make friends, like, get to know people, be connected, realize that when you're doing this as a business, you're building a community, and you can't just be like, hi guys, okay, see you in like a year, right? Like, it takes work, like any relationship does.
Yeah, thank you. And so just looking at this statement, you guys, the second enrollment is LRP. It's major. So remember the amount of effort and the amount of giving and sharing and following up that you gave to people to enroll them. It's going to take the same amount of effort or more to help them get on LRP. So how can you help them see the value? What education do they need? Do they need to come to another class? Have you deepened your connection with them? Because they're not going to enroll with you in the first place if they don't trust you. They're definitely not going to enroll with you in LRP if you guys aren't friends, right? And you're not building that connection with them, and they don't see a reason to. And so there is a question that came in of, how do you schedule membership overviews? Does anyone have tips on that?
I can share really quickly, because I don't talk about it as lifestyle overviews. I honestly could, like, keep that friendship or that, you know, relationship mentality there. And I mean, even some of my builders on this call can even attest to that. I never use the term lifestyle overview. I always say, you know what, I'd love to chat when you get your oil so I can show you how to use them. And then in that conversation, I'll incorporate, here's your membership perks and stuff like that. Like, I don't like to use that verbiage, because I think working in retail, when you have to push customer loyalty and customer retention, customers can pick up on those key words, right? Like loyalty and program and rewards. And they're like, crap, there's a catch, right? So I think that when you try to pay attention to your verbiage and eliminate those key words that are, you know, linked to a specific type of credit card, or, you know, something that there's a catch to, I think when you start to eliminate those from your verbiage and really just focus on helping them have a really great experience, that's where you get them to be like, okay, yeah, right? As compared to like, oh no, I just kind of want to know how to use my oils. Well, girl, that's what the conversation is going to be about, right? So just try to eliminate those terms, because it makes them think like credit card, and it's not.
That's a great tip. Okay. So like, we call it membership overviews and lifestyle overviews in our doTERRA world, but obviously you can see that as actual people who are doing membership overviews, you can call it and name it whatever you want, even like brand specific to like your style. For me, I call them welcome calls. It's like, let's schedule your welcome call. Some of the best tips that I can give you for getting people to commit is, when you get your kit, we're going to do a welcome call, and we're going to celebrate, and I'm going to teach you how to use your oils. When are you available? I have this time or this time. And so see how you're like kind of asking a question and giving them the options. I do have some people who completely avoid me, and that's just them. Like, that's just their style, and that's okay. I'm going to honor that boundary, and I'm going to figure out a way around it to make sure I get that information to them, whether that be in text or Instagram DM and whatnot. And I think the main goal is that you are sharing and supporting them and making sure they get the information they need and they understand LRP and if they want to be on it or not. And you're inviting them to classes and all that kind of thing. So making sure that you're like giving them the exposures, even if they like absolutely do not, and avoid you with a membership overview, but do your best to get them to that welcome call. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, one more thing. I'm so passionate about LRP, just really quickly. If they don't enroll in LRP within the first 1 or 2 months, that's fine. I think that you just have to remember in the meantime to help them use their oils and provide that education, because in the next couple of months or next couple of weeks, they're gonna freaking need refills, right? And I think when they need to refill their favorite Melaleuca or frankincense, or they're like, oh my God, I can't live without On Guard, right? Then you can reintroduce the LRP, like, okay, you know what, let's get some points off of it. And at that time, maybe, you know, they'll be a little bit more open to the membership perks from an LRP perspective. I've had a lot of customers who don't enroll until the 4th, maybe even the 5th month on LRP, but they're still going strong to this day, like 100, 150 orders.
Yeah, totally. My average is 3 months in, and then someone will get on LRP. I missed the fast start bonus, but it's a skill I'm working on, right? It's like you're always learning and growing of like, okay, well, I'm getting people on LRP in the 3rd month. That's awesome. How can I do even better? How can I get them on LRP maybe right away? But at the end of the day, it kind of like doesn't really matter. The main thing is that you are getting them on LRP because you are doing something right. And if you're getting nobody on LRP, then that's where you can kind of evaluate, okay, what else do I need to do? Or what do I need to develop? What skills do I need to develop to be able to build my pipeline? Because if you're not getting people on LRP, you're not building that residual income. I saw the words wellness box pop up for LRP. Yeah, that's something that we literally just talked about in our leaders group text of naming, Giselle brought it up, of naming the LRP wellness box. So even just naming these calls or naming these overviews or naming your LRP into something that is more trendy or like more can talk more to your customer, that would be even better. You know, like Giselle brought up how she was reading something about how, you know, people are really into those monthly subscription boxes. So how can we market, there's marketing skills, the LRP box to be like maybe a wellness box or whatever you guys want to call it, and create so much value around it and so much simplicity and easiness. And it's going to be so great. You're going to love your wellness box because you can customize it, and you're going to get all your vitamins, you know, every single month. You're never going to run out of vitamins because you have it on your monthly order. And you can customize your wellness box to try new oils, refill oils, try new products, and overhaul your life into this natural doTERRA lifestyle. So when you can word things like that. And if you guys have any other ideas, yeah, share them, or but come up with something that like matches you and your brand, and all that. We're going to talk about branding a little bit later. Something that I want you guys to really think about is in your pipes. I know we develop so much on preparing, inviting, presenting, and enrolling, especially most of you who are brand new or haven't really done the business to the extent of silver rank. Have you thought about how you want to support your team? Support looks like maybe I'm going to go live on Instagram every week because that's where my audience is, and that's where the most engagement I'm getting. What's Ben doing, Alexis?
He says hi.
Hi, Ben. And yeah, wait, I'm sorry. I was laughing with Alexis. Okay. But yeah, so the support, you know, is it like for me, I do MailChimp, and I'll send out a couple emails a month, just sharing an experience or inviting people to the classes. And I don't just send out, come to the class. I'm explaining what happens in each class, and I'm thanking them for showing up, because they're not showing up for me, they're showing up for themselves because they want to live a better life, a more natural life, and they want to learn more about their oils. So have you thought about how you want to support your team? which also leads me into, is branding important? Okay. This can be a whole nother topic in discussion, but there's just so many brand new builders here that I just want to make sure that I kind of touch on this so that they don't feel pressure to create a business name or an Instagram. I want to touch on that really quick. I do have a whole social media training series that I'm uploading into a builders page on my website for you guys to use and always use. It's not ready yet, but I just want to touch on, is branding important? And yes, it is, you guys. But branding doesn't look the same for everyone. And when I entered this business, there wasn't like Gold Drop, or like, you know how I have a Gold Drop Society is my business name. Everyone else in doTERRA didn't have a business name. And so I don't want you guys to think that you have to have a business name, or you have to have a separate Instagram right when you start this business. So that's not what I want to talk about with branding. But I want to make it clear that you don't have to do that. So I had doTERRA as part of my brand, which is me, a mom, you know, all that type of things. I am a brand, and doTERRA was part of that, and that was part of my Instagram until I hit maybe silver rank. I was after silver rank, and then I created a separate Instagram account with a Gold Drop Society name, but that's because I wanted a website with an online store and a blog kind of thing. So I just don't want you guys to think that in branding, you have to create a business name and a separate Instagram. But what I do want to make sure that is super clear is that branding yourself is super important. So whatever that looks like to you, as far as, yeah, Ilkia, if you have any tips, as whatever that looks like to you, as far as really what your brand is and what you want people to view you as a doTERRA wellness advocate. How do you want people to view you? How do you want to support people? The branding and the support is going to go all in one. As you call your LRP a wellness box, does that match your brand and who you are? I could even do, like, because my brand is so mom, I could do like a mom natural wellness box, and that's my part of my brand. Or, you know, you guys know what I'm trying to say. And so really kind of get in touch of like what kind of wellness advocate you want to be, what you want to stand for, what does it look like, and that's going to tie into how you're going to support your team. If that's weekly lives, it's that sending out at least 2 emails a month, sharing your experiences of how you've been using your oils. Is it so many Instagram posts a week? And just remember that Instagram is just one way of getting information out there. You know, I love that Naomi sends a snail mail, and she's like, you make people feel so special. And so that's part of the way that she supports her team. You guys know what I'm saying? Also, if you're doing your own Instagram page and you're doing lives and you're doing posts, but you don't see a high engagement, take a step back and kind of evaluate that and be like, maybe this isn't really working for me, and I need to figure out another way that's going to get a lot of results in the way that I am supporting my team. I also want you guys to kind of see that, yeah, I do lives and that works for me and my business. But that's not necessarily going to work for you. It doesn't, you know, everyone's business is going to be so different. So kind of just go with what your brand is, figure out how you want to support your team and what really drives you, what you have time for. Like, I love that Naomi, like, she's like, I do these giveaways because this is what works for me, you know. And for me, it's doing classes. I know Aiko is getting a lot of people to our classes, and that's how we support our team. So really kind of think about that. Anybody in the chat now, like, your brain, your mind is kind of sparking of like, yeah, this is how I want to support my team. Like, this is my brand. I am a mom. I, you know, do natural solutions and this and that. Alexis, I'm a boss lady. I'm a district manager. I am busy AF, and I am a boss in doTERRA. You know, so like that kind of like, this is my brand, and this is my look, and all that kind of thing, and so forth. By the way, I'm only picking on you guys because I can see you. Who else want to speak about branding and how to come into the way that you support your team, just unmute yourself. The only other thing I want to say there is don't do something that you don't feel good about. Like if teaching classes is a fear, okay, work through that fear and develop that skill. But if teaching classes truly does not make you feel good or fuel you, like for me, I do a class and I'm like, I love doing classes. That was so awesome. I love talking to people. I love connecting. I'm going to keep doing that. So as you figure out the type of support you want to give to your team, make sure that that is something that makes you feel good and fuels you and always makes you want to do better and be better. Okay. Anybody else? People follow you for you. Yes.
Can I just say, you do not have to be a social media person to have a brand or a good business. Let me tell you, you know why I needed Ilikia? I didn't even know how to make a highlight, you guys. Like, this is how old I am. Like, I was like, what is this? Stuff time to figure it out. And I'll tell you, I have like 4,000, almost 5,000 friends, and most of them I don't know. And I didn't want Facebook. Like, I hated Facebook. I did not like branding. Like, I was like, ugh, I don't want any of this stuff. So you don't have to like it to still use it, and you don't have to be social media big. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. The only reason why you can hear me screaming in the background, I'm sorry. This is why I can't do like live social media stuff ever. Exactly. But the only reason why I started using Facebook was because people asked me to post my photos, like for modeling, and people asked me to put education that they could find. So you don't have to necessarily do that to be a brand. You can be like have like 5 followers or no Instagram, and you'll still have customers, you know? Just FYI.
Yeah, totally.
Can I add on to that?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So I think you yourself, you're your own brand. Like, you know, I'm like Happy Mama Oiler, and when I was thinking of the name, like that kind of fit to me. I know it's not like I want it to be something jazzy sometimes, like Go Drop Society or the Drop Collective, or like, you know, even like Babes with Oils. Like, holy crap, that's so awesome. But I'm here like, oh, I'm Happy Mama Oiler team, and sometimes I don't even know if people are watching my stuff. Like, I'm like, are they even watching? Like, it's so redundant to me sometimes. Like, but I'm just sharing what I'm doing every day, how I do it, things that come up. And then I hear like such great feedback through my stories, like, oh my God, thank you so much. I learned so much from your story. And I'm just like, yes, like success. But that just really feels true to me, you know, like I'm me. I show you guys also a little bit of the family things. But for a little bit, I felt like it had to be so perfect. Like, I have to be perfect. I have to, like, every shot has to be good. Like, you know, the little clips. But it's like people want to know real life, right? Like, they want to see real life. And I think in that sense, I'm giving them permission to show up as they are as well. Like, you don't have to be a professional to use your oils, because I do it. Like, yes, I do the business, but I don't know everything, right? And I say, like, I learned by watching everybody else's things too. So just like be yourself. And if it feels good to you, go with that, because it's like, that's all that matters. You know, like done is better than perfect and not done. Does that make sense? But yeah, so just be yourself, whatever feels true to you, and know that people are watching, you know, people are watching you. You may not get a lot of responses right off the bat, but if that's the way you're going to provide your platform to share your oils and education, then definitely do that, you know, like, because you guys are all awesome. And it's like, yeah. But anyway, that's all.
Thank you. Yeah, even if just like if you're affecting 5 people, that's worth it, right? I used to do classes, and if I only had one RCP, I'd be like, oh, I didn't have anyone like coming, so I'm just gonna cancel. And my mentor, Noelle, she was like, wait, why did you cancel on them? And I was like, oh, I only had one person coming. I thought I'm supposed to have like maybe 5 at least to do a class. And she's like, that one person could have like meant the world and could have made all the difference. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. So, you know, I did mention earlier, like you do want to watch engagement, but at the same time, engagement doesn't have to mean amount of numbers. It can also mean the amount of effect, what effect that you're creating, and that you are affecting people, right? Aiko said that she's scared of weirdos. That's okay. Again, like you're gonna do the support that you want to do and you want to offer and you feel safe doing. So you don't have to be on social media. You can do snail mail, you can do text, you can do what if you do like a website with a little blog post that's private or something, or a website with a password that is only available to your people, or like a video series. I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say. There's so many different ways that you guys can support your teams. Okay, again, being true to you and what's going to fuel you. And if you are not fueled by making videos and sharing that, then don't do it, because your people are going to feel that. It's going to be forced. Anyone else want to say anything else about branding or the support part of Pipes? Okay. All right. The last part is continued education and community. So, yeah, I mean, you know, you're enrolling people, you're doing that membership overview, you're doing the lifestyle overview in the ways that are true to you. You are getting people on LRP as a second enrollment, and then you are supporting them, the support part of Pipes, and you're doing that as true to your brand as possible with continued education and really at the end of the day, building a community. Anybody want to jump in on continued education and community, why it's important and what it means to you? Giselle, Alexis, Naomi, Aiko, Charity.
Okay. Yes. Hi. I think that is the reason people join. You can buy oils from anyone, or you could, you know, go buy them without having to enroll with an upline. But I think people want to be a part of something bigger. They want to be a part of something that is going to keep them accountable, that makes them feel safe, comfortable, makes them feel like they have friends, right? I think that's one of the biggest reasons I joined. I really wanted to be with women who were in the same value system, and I wanted to be around families that, you know, wanted to have healthy lives, that were not creepy hippies, you know. I mean, I really wanted like the normal Hawaii chick that was, you know, not like everyone's from the 60-year-old age group that, you know, uses bandanas. I wanted like the now time me type of person. Exactly. So people are definitely wanting a community, and they definitely want to feel like they're accepted. I think that's the most important part that I've seen. And especially with builders, I feel like anyone who's going to make you money is your business partner, and anyone that is going to buy from you is also just equally as important to invest into, because that's who's paying you to stay alive or to be able to keep doing this as a business, right? So I feel like that's an obligation. And I've just worked in sales so much. I've worked in so many different things, and nobody stays in business if they don't offer like a friendship or a feeling of you're a part of this special network. Whenever you go and buy anything anywhere in the store, they're always what? They ask for, do you want to be a part of the club? Do you want the special card? Do you want the points, right? Do you want to be invited to the next, like Marciano? I used to buy a lot from Marciano. I love Marciano Gas, the old one. I live in Waikiki, and they used to invite me to like exclusive events where we got to shop before everyone else, and we had champagne and water, and like they would have like a person with, you know, a tray walking around with little food and things, because all of their outlets were expensive. So they were like, thank you for coming to buy from us. And they were trying to make you feel like it was worth it for you to be there. So things like that are huge. I mean, I didn't have to buy from them. I could have bought like just as the same price as Marciano. I could have bought from somewhere else, but I liked them because why? They made me feel special, you know? And I feel like that's the same thing with friends. Like, who are the ones that you actually are going to call your friend? They're the ones that take time to check in with you. They're the ones that remember your birthday or remember like to say hi, or they're the ones that care to show up to something that you are inviting them to, right? Like, this is what you want to make them feel, like you care, like you're their friend, especially because it's health. They're trusting you with health. They're not trusting you with no, their belt. They're like, is it like a vintage clothing? They're trusting you with their secrets. Like, this is their secrets of life. They're gonna tell you about their libido being down, about like alcoholism problems, about decay and vaginal infections. Like, they're gonna tell you all the stuff that you gotta be their best friend for, right? So I think this is the most important part of the entire business, and I wouldn't have joined otherwise. I actually was like stalking Ashley and all of her uplines to try to figure out if they were cool enough to be a part of, not cool enough, but like, I was like, why am I going to join? Like, why can't I just buy like oils from her? Why do I have to like enroll and stuff? And what is this? And why do I have to go to these classes? But then when I like looked at who they were, I was like, oh, I like them. Like, this is who I resonate with, right? This is like people that I want to be friends with anyway. Like, I would hang out with them anyway. If they were to ask me to go have like beach day, I would do that anyway, even if I'm not buying from them, right? So that, I think, is your ultimate sales, is can you be their friend? I have so many people that like will buy from me and they don't know what they're buying, but they will buy because they're like, oh, I want to support you, right? Okay.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, you guys, even when I first started, it was my coworker introduced me to oils. She had her upline come and teach a class for us. And I ended up enrolling with Isla Love and Noelle because I felt so much more connected to them, because I realized whoever I enroll with, I am part of that team. And that's the team I want to be with. So also leading into no hard feelings for people who don't enroll with me and choose someone else to enroll with, because again, like, those are your people. And if and you want them to feel safe to share all of that, and you want them to be with someone who really is going to help them, and they feel that they can trust. So it's okay if they don't enroll with you. At the same time, and help them create something that people want to be part of. And it's okay to say, when you enroll with me, you're enrolling with Gold Drop Society. That's okay. You can say that until you create your own community. And you can milk the Gold Drop Society community, or the, one level lower than that is the Drop Collective and Babes with Oils and Oil the Good Stuff and The Good Life. You can say, I am part of this community, because this is what I did. I said, I am part of Isla Love. It's an amazing group of women and moms and just people who are on this path, all in Hawaii. We get together, we have events, we have classes, and that's what I feel like I built my first enrollments on, is like that community of the Isla Love. And so if you need to use Gold Drop or your upline as your community before you create your own, that's all good. But you guys see how important that is, that community feel. And a lot of people are joining this and they don't have friends who are moms. They're new moms, and they don't have friends that are new moms with them, and like me, and people who are around them that really want to be into oils, including in their household. And when you want to buy oils and you're like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to try this natural stuff, and the rest of your household doesn't want to do the same, you are that advocate for them. And so you want to find people, maybe part of a team that is part of, that is going to help you along the way as well. And so that community, and then the continued education of just, for me, I'm experiencing this, or I'm really interested in this, so I'm going to learn this and I'm going to create a class from it and I'm going to teach it to others. And so use your oils, see what you are drawn to and create classes from it, or create experiences from it, or create make and takes from it. And just, yeah, again, just do things that really fuel you and like you feel drawn to. Alrighty. You guys are chatting it up. You guys are nuts following me and stalking me. You guys are so funny. I stalk you guys too. It's the same. We all love each other. Okay. Do you guys want to talk about any? Oh yeah, that's all I had. Anybody want to talk about anything else? We went a little bit over, but I felt like this was super good content, just about really solidifying business with all of these amazing silvers on here. Hope you guys learned a lot. You got some really great advice. You know where you want to go from here. I will save this and I will make sure I send this to the team and upload it to my builder support page. And I'll let you guys know when I launch that. Okay. You guys can unmute if you guys want to talk. If you guys want to say thank you, bye, lots of love, good luck to you all. Any of those. I'm going to stop sharing this because I really like seeing the Brady Bunch, and I'm going to take a picture. Brady Bunch. Cheese. Okay. Don't you guys love that? It literally is like the Brady Bunch. Thank you guys all for showing up live. You are the best. Thank you for staying until 9:20. Again, you're the best. And I'll see you guys in Dreamboarding this week, Friday online or Sunday in person. Yeah. Okay. I'll let you guys go. Love you all. Go tuck your babies into bed. Get some rest.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, you guys. Thank you.